Hey everyone, Andres for the Newsreel here, and I'm back at you with yet another video. I'm actually recording two videos back to back. That's why I'll be wearing the same thing in both videos. So I do have varied apparel. It's just that in this case, I'm trying to maximize whatever little time I have left to produce two videos before the end of the year. And in this video, it's kind of like a hybrid topic. It's about my daily drivers, but also a shift that I'm making on my mobile computing. So I guess let me tell you what have been my daily drivers for 2018, because this is the first year in perhaps the last 2 or 3 where I actually had a shuffle through a lot of phones to get to the one that's going to power me through the rest of the year. And that's because a lot of things were turned topsy-turvy when my HTC U11 was cracked, and HTC took 6 months to get it back to me. And when they got it back to me without a SIM tray, I couldn't even use it. It's like, oh my goodness. So I had to make do what was available, and as someone on Verizon, it doesn't really have that many great choices unless you're into the Galaxy lineup, which I wasn't at the time. Earlier this year I went with the Pixel 2, but that wasn't my daily driver for that long. I really enjoyed the phone and the smaller form factor, but I got used to wider phones, and because I have bigger hands, I needed a bigger device, but not so massive like the Note 9 that I'm using now. And that's just it, that the Note 9 is the phone that has been my daily driver. For those of you that know, I reviewed the U11, I've covered my story on how the repairs and that have been. I even reviewed the Pixel 2, and I reviewed the Note 9. I will give an update and review on the Note 9 because I did have a limit. I was one of the few that actually reported early on the issues with the camera freezing up that Samsung acknowledged around Thanksgiving. So I guess I have a really bad device. It just had a laundry list of issues with that, and you can check out my video, which I'll leave a link to in the description down below, about the pros and cons that I listed for that phone. And I couldn't note the camera as a pro because of the issues I was having. But with the replacement device that I received, it's actually been really good. So I've gotten used to the phone. I can't say I love it. It's just still too big. But I really miss my Note 7. But I love what the Note 9's been able to do, and how Samsung's been able to create a more cohesive experience with their user interface and everything. And I'm really looking forward to this One UI thing that they're trying to launch by January. So I hope to get it on my phone as soon as possible. And when it comes to tablets, mobile computing is very important to me because of the businesses that I run, and I'm always on the move. I am actually pretty surprised in the 1 year since my last daily driver update that for those of you that know, I've been faithful to the Surface Pro line now 4 years. And I love the Surface. I love everything it's been able to do. For some reason though, it hasn't been my daily go-to mobile computing device over the past I think 11 months that I've had the Surface Pro. And that's pretty disappointing because this is a pretty expensive piece of tech, and I absolutely love the Surface Pen. But the device that's kind of disrupted my ability to use this has been the Google PixelBook, and that has been my mobile computing device for the year. Now I do carry them in tandem depending on what I go to, whether it's a seminar, conference of sorts, because when I need computing power, things that I'm not able to do on a mobile platform, I use my Surface. When it comes to note-taking, I do rely on my Surface if I'm using the Surface Pen. But if I'm going to type, I'd rather use something a lot more stable, and that's the PixelBook, because of course it's a laptop form factor versus a tablet keyboard hybrid that you can detach, a 2-in-1, right? So the Google PixelBook, I got more mileage out of that than I ever expected. Those $1,000 for that thing at the time have actually gone a long way. This whole year, my mobile computing device of choice has been the PixelBook. Will it still be in 2019? We shall see. But one thing's for sure, each of them have their advantages. From the Surface Pro, the PixelBook, and the iPad, they all do what they do very well. They just sometimes try to overreach. The iPad Pro says it can do computer stuff, and we know it's all bullcrap. It can't. It's just literally a bigger iPod. But what it can do, it does very well. The PixelBook tries to replace both your computer and your tablet, and it can do Chrome OS stuff great. Not so much on the Android app mobile stuff. And the Surface Pro can do computer things good on a mobile platform, which is really good, and you can use it as a tablet. Problem is, it can't be a tablet because you still need a keyboard. So those are the limitations that each of them have, and that's the whole point of having different categories. So the Note 9 and the PixelBook have been my daily drivers for mobility. But I have a lot of devices. I had to go through a lot of things. For my wearables, it has been the Samsung Samsung Gear Sport. These names, man. And I still use my fitness tracker, my Under Armour band. I actually bought a new one. Even though it's an old product, I bought a new one just because I really love how it works for me and everything that I do, the holistic experience when it comes to my workouts. So that's what I do for what I use for my my tech daily life. My computer remains a workstation from Dell XPS series, which I absolutely love, powered by 2 monitors and stuff like that. So you want to know more about what I use as a desktop, maybe even software, let me know. But there are some changes that I want to tease about, and I'll put that in the next video that are coming both to the channel and to how I manage everything that might affect how I use all these devices that I'm excited to share with you. And how I'll share them with you, that's where it might change a little. So thank you so much for watching this video. Like, share, and subscribe if you didn't know, and I'll see you in the next video.